Insurgent Democrats, many of them women, worry a new party policy will block them. Washington UA move by House Democratic leaders to thwart party members from mounting primary challenges to incumbents, even in safe Democratic districts, could have the unintended consequence of arresting the party's shift toward an racially diverse caucus, one of its. This past week, a Democratic political consultant with long-standing ties to the party's campaign committees quit a senior partner position at the firm Deliver Strategies after it, like most dominant campaign outfits, agreed to comply with a Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee policy barring it from conducting business with a primary opponent of a sitting Democrat. Her reason: she feared the policy's impact on female challengers. It is hard enough for challengers, for a lot of reasons, said the consultant, Amy Pritchard, who worked last year for Representative Ayanna Pressley, Democrat of Massachusetts, in her successful campaign to defeat a 10-term Democratic incumbent. And this policy, the DCCC, is ostensibly out to protect sitting Democrats from having to worry about primaries, and instead focus their energy and money on fighting off Republicans. Some female but most insurgent Democrats set their sights on incumbents in safe Democratic seats, making the case that they are fresh faces who represent change. The new policy will, of the 50 longest-serving House Democrats, 2/3 are white and about the same share are men. Insurgents are I've worked in Democratic politics for 30 years, and as long as I have been around, I have never seen the DCCC engage in a primary as an institution on behalf of an incumbent, said Ms. Pritchard, formerly of the firm Deliver Strategies, whose views are shared by a growing group of Democrats in and outside Congress. A lot of Democrats are terrified that what happened to Capuano and Crowley will happen to them and are looking for backup, she said. I actually thought Marie Newman came within 2 percentage points last year of defeating Representative Daniel Lipinski, an Illinois Democrat who is now in his 8th term and is. She is running again, but 2 consultants have backed out of her campaign, both citing the DCCC blacklist issue as the reason, said Ben Hardin, Ms. Newman's campaign manager. Representative Diana DeGette, a Democrat who has served 12 terms in Colorado, is facing a primary challenge from Chris Antadaran, who was the first Latina Speaker of the Colorado House of Representatives. It is having a chilling. Mr. Welchard said that one firm had rejected their business and that another firm said it was feeling pressure to do the same. It certainly harmed. Sarai Patel, an adjunct professor at New York University and a former Obama administration staff member, a longtime incumbent in New York. He wants to try it, but he already feels boxed out. I have been officially. In New Jersey, Zenas Psakis, a clean technology investor, is taking on Bill Pascrell, who was first elected in 1996. While she found it is a little maddening, she said. But there are a whole. The argument for electing Democratic challengers is generally built around the notion that new faces and more diverse voices ought to replace old-timers. Most lose but in a year when women are once again expected to drive many races, an expanding group of Democrats outside Congress is critical of the DCCC's decision. I am disappointed. We frequently work closely with the DCCC and will continue to do so, she said. But our top priority. Cole Leiter, a spokesman for the committee, defended the policy, pointing to the party's success in last year's midterm elections. The DCCC is proud of its historic work, flipping 43 formerly Republican seats and electing the most diverse caucus in American history, he said. The DCCC primary battles have always vexed both parties, because they are divisive and because they drain incumbents' coffers ahead of general election fights. But while the DCCC policy has caused significant tensions among House Democrats. Many incumbents. Ms. Ocasio-Cortez has encouraged donors to put their money elsewhere, and she has done her own online fundraising for numerous candidates. My recommendation. Representative Johanna Hayes, Democrat of Connecticut, ran for an open seat last year, but she said the policy could inhibit candidates like her, the first African American woman elected to Congress from her state. If I waited my turn, I wouldn't be here, she said. There is a gatekeeper. Disenchantment with the policy has moved beyond Washington. A group of as young Democrats, we think this policy will silence our voices, said Hank Sparks, president of the Harvard College Democrats, which has collected 75 chapters in its boycott, largely symbolic since students are not big donors. Ms. Pritchard said the policy would have long-term implications for people who work in Democratic politics, too. I am taking a
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.